Hi babes, my name is Red. What I'm going to do with you today is walk you through a fun and sensual stretch and flow. So what this is going to do is it's going to increase our mobility, increase our flexibility, and open up those hips. Today we're going to be using circles and waves and rolls a lot. We're going to be focusing on kind of keeping the stretches moving, so focusing more on active flexibility. Before we even begin, I just want to take a deep breath in all together. So let's take one big deep breath in, hold it, and out. Once we have our mats and we're ready to go, we're going to start off with some big hip circles. Now I want you to spread your feet as wide as you can, not too wide, maybe a little bit wider than your shoulders, and just allow your knees to be soft and bent. And take those hips and draw those circles, maybe make them a little bit bigger every time. And it's okay if things are a little crunchy. You can take it a little slower. Make sure that you also go both ways. So if you've been going in only one direction, you can go ahead and change that now. Good. Make sure you have those soft knees and bring it back to the middle. And what we're going to do is we're going to bend our knees, arch our back coming down like a jellyfish, and then we're going to round and come back up to standing. We're going to arch down and we're going to round up. And we're doing some squats like that. We're going to allow our arms to do a little bit of a jellyfish motion. And we're going to try and smooth this out. Find a little bit of the flow. Make sure that you incorporate that head and that neck. And we're going to drop it down, and don't worry, now you're going to be able to see my face because we're going to take our hips and we're going to draw some big circles. And we're going to push our knees out to the sides. We don't want our knees to be falling in and caving in like this. We really want to make sure we're pushing our knees out to the sides, squeezing those glutes. And maybe we make that circle a little bit bigger every time. It's okay if you can't straighten out your knees all the way. But we're just trying to make those circles nice and big. You should feel that stretch through your groin. And take it the other way. Don't forget your breathing. Good, you're going to drop it down as low as you can go. And press those knees out to the side. See if you can squat down. See if you can drop that booty down as low as it'll go. And once we're ready, we're going to sit that booty down. And we're going to open up to a nice big straddle. We're going to roll those ankles. Roll those shoulders back, chest up, chin up. And rolling those ankles in circles. Make sure you roll them both ways. And make sure that you do some toe points, right? So we're going to flex our toes and press them out, and then do some waves with our feet. So we're going to press the balls of our feet forward and then point those toes last, and then we're going to scrunch those toes and pull them back in. We're going to press the balls of the feet forward, and then we're going to crunch the toes coming back in. It's going to have a nice sensation on the bottom of your feet. You can try and do the opposite, curling down, flexing up, curling down, flexing up. Awesome. We're going to go back to our jellyfish ways, and we're going to go back and forth from left to right. You can take your arms and have them soft, reaching from left to right. Allow gravity to pull you further, reach further to the left, reach further to the right every time. Take your time. There's no need to rush. If you want to do the arms in a flowy way, if you want to do anything during this flow with your own personal touch, I want you to feel free to do that. Touch your skin with a soft, nice, loving touch. And when you're ready, come back to the middle. We're going to bend our knees, place our feet flat on the ground, place our hands here in the middle, and we're going to take our upper body and rock in circles. I really want you to make sure that we're trying to keep our back as flat as possible here. So we're not rounding our back, we're using our upper body kind of like a joystick of a controller, and we're taking it in circles. And we're trying to make those circles a little bit bigger every time. And maybe we start to incorporate our neck for some slow, big circles. Especially when we're doing things with the neck, you want to just be really gentle. And make sure that you even it out, so go both ways. Press those knees out with your arms if you can. Don't let those knees fall in towards you like this. Try and keep those knees spread nice and wide. Give me one more big circle. Awesome job. Shake it out a little bit. Shake those legs out. And we're going to transition over onto our knees and hands. Okay, so flip it on over. And here we're going to be working with some rolls and some waves. So let's just start off taking our hips, our booty, and drawing a circle. So we're rounding through the lower back and arching in a rotating pattern, creating a circle. And if you can, see if you can incorporate more of your upper back. What What muscles are you pushing through? What contact points are you pushing through the ground? And allow yourself to explore these rotations. You might feel your back popping a little bit. And make sure that you go both directions as well. Incorporate your head. Sometimes we forget to use our neck and our head. Good, and whenever you're ready, we're gonna push it back to a child's pose. And just take a few breaths here. Whenever you're ready, you're going to take your hands, straighten out those arms out in front of you, and slide those hands forward. Press those armpits down to the floor as you slide those hands forward, and try and get your knees to a 90-degree position. Now we're going to push through our knees, squeeze our butt, squeeze our butt, squeeze our butt, and transition to a seal position. You might have to readjust your hands and place them right underneath your shoulders. Take your shoulders and twist them from left to right. Say hello to the left. Say hello to the right. Now when we come back through the middle, we're going to roll over onto our right hip or left hip, either way. Pushing through that shoulder, chest is lifted, chin is lifted, and you should feel that stretch right through your oblique, through your side. And take some deep breaths here. Squeeze those legs together, point those toes, straighten those knees. Squeeze your butt if you're not feeling the stretch through your side. And you're going to bring it back through the middle and over to the other side. Again, push through that shoulder, chest up. Squeeze those legs together, straight knees, squeeze that butt. And bring it back to the middle. Now what we're going to do from this position is we're going to push our butt to the left. So we're going to take our hips, we're going to swing it to the left. We're going to push back to the left. Then we're going to swing the hips to the right. Bring it forward. Touch that right hip, left hip. And like this, we're going to push those hips and do some big hip circles. So I'm not thinking too much about rounding or arching. I'm thinking more about using my hips and feeling the rotation, feeling the stretch in my glutes. And make sure that you go both ways. And you feel that slight twist in your lower back when you do that rotation there, which might feel really nice for releasing that lower back area. So finish up some circles that way. And return back to your hands and knees. From here, we're going to do some kickbacks, all right? But we're just going to do donkey kickbacks. Keep that knee at 90 degrees the whole time. You can either point the toe or flex the foot, either way. it's going to be difficult. Push through those shoulders, don't have a saggy back, squeeze those abs, and we're gonna kick that foot straight up like we're kicking the ceiling. We're gonna go for 1, kick the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're going to switch it over to the other side. Same thing, 90 degrees. And we're going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep it up. 10. Good. Bring it down. And you're going to sit those hips back for another child's pose. And take some deep breaths here. I want you to take a second to say thank you to your body. Your body does so much every day. Your body deserves to be tended to. It deserves to be loved, to be touched. And we can't expect that from others if we don't give it to ourselves. So now you can get some water if you'd like, and we're going to continue on the flow. All right, shall we continue? So next, what we're going to do is we're going to get back here into our hands and knees position. We're going to do a push-up, bringing our chest down to the ground, and we're going to push it forward to our seal stretch. Good job. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop our booty up, go back to our hands and knees, push back, and you can bring your chest down to the ground, through the seal, and to all fours. And we're going to smooth this out. So we're going to go forward and push to hands and knees. Drop the chest down, forward, seal, back to hands and knees. Good job. We're going to do one more. Smooth it out. Push to seal. Push it back to hands and knees. Good. We're going to push it back to our knees. Roll out those wrists, because I know sometimes our wrists can be tender after being on our hands and knees. So roll them out. Do some circles. Never forget to include your fingers, okay? When you're doing wrist circles, including your fingers will really intensify how good that feels. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to go into a lunge position. So we're going to bring one leg forward and in between those hands. All right, now once we're in this lunge position, we're going to do a quick check. We want to make sure our knee isn't over our foot, okay? If our knee is in front of our foot like this, let's correct ourselves and move that foot out, okay? Now we're going to take both of our hands and move them to the inside of our knee. All right, now from here, we're going to take our hips and start to draw circles, okay? So, as we're drawing these circles, you're going to feel a stretch through your hip flexor, through your hamstring, and try and keep those hands in the middle for that nice deep stretch. Make sure that you go both ways. Good. edge of that circle. And make sure that you go both ways as well. And using this active flexibility actually allows your brain to relax and drop deeper into these stretches. So when I say to make those circles bigger and bigger, allow yourself to relax into each circle. Use your breathing. Exhale as you release down. Inhale as you come back up and engage those muscles. Good, so you're gonna bring it back. We're gonna switch. Make sure you do that body check. Make sure that knee is not going over those feet. And you're gonna place those hands in the middle. And once again, we're gonna take our hips in circles. So once again, make sure that you're thinking about your breathing. Make sure that you're thinking about making those circles just a little bit bigger every single time. And make sure that you take those circles both ways. And when you're feeling like that's been enough, you're gonna take that leg and swing it right back. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna flip over onto our backs. And take a nice little seat here in the middle of your mat. You're gonna take your hands, make sure your fingertips are facing towards your butt, and you're gonna place them back behind you as far as you can go to make a 90-degree angle with your arms as you sink into that position. You can leave your knees slightly bent how I am here with your feet touching the ground, and take those shoulders in some nice big circles. Straightening the arms as you come up and allowing the stretch to take over. Bend those arms. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you go down. And we won't stay here too long, so make sure that you go both directions. Good, and when you're ready, you can come forward and give your knees a big hug. And you can take that rock back. Rock, slowly squeeze those abs to come down to your back. Once you've found your back, place those feet down on the ground. Feel the ground beneath your back. Feel the ground supporting you and holding you up so that you can just fully relax into this moment. Take some deep breaths here. Remember that you are amazing, you are beautiful, and you are always doing the best that you can in any situation that you're in. So once you're ready, make sure that your feet are a few inches away from your booty. If they're too close, it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable for your knees, so make sure that your feet are out in front of you. And what we're going to do for the sake of flow and sensuality is we're going to take our hands here either on the ground, palms down, or over our head, and we're going to practice doing some body rolls here, lifting the chest up first, and lifting that pelvis up last, lifting those hips up as high as we can by the end, thrusting those hips forward and rolling the back down vertebrae by vertebrae. I have my arms over my head so you can see my back rolling down, and I'm squeezing my butt as I bring it down. And I'm gonna do a few more here, so let's do 5 more. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good, and when you're done, relax here on the mat again. Before I give you a little challenge, and this time we're going to reverse it. We're gonna round the lower back, lift the hips up, and as we come down, the chest stays up as long as you can, hips drop, and then we squeeze the butt and scoop through the bottom. It's gonna feel like you're scooping some ice cream with your booty. Scooping that ice cream up, bringing it up, and then coming down for more. So do 5 more right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, bring it down. And what we can do here is tuck our knees into our chest and really squeeze them nice and tight. And you can rock to the left and to the right, and you can feel a little massage, a little self-massage in your back. This is so great. I love giving myself a little massage on the ground. This is literally one of my favorite things. So, yep. Squeeze those knees into your chest, and you can feel that stretch through your hips as well. So what we're going to do here is come back to the middle, take your little rolls and come back to the middle. And we're going to spread our knees nice and wide. Spread those knees nice and wide, creating a little bit of a diamond shape because your toes are still pointing towards each other. And we're going to take our knees as if we're driving a big boat, like a steering wheel, and we're going to twist left and right, opening up those hips. And if we want, we can take our hands and place them on the insides of our knees to increase the stretch. And twisting, wheel back and forth to the left, to the right. We're just sailing the ship, going forward, steering it forward. Steering the ship, not sailing the ship. And when you're ready, you can pull those knees back together, squeeze them towards your chest again to reverse that stretch. And once again, massage the back. And we're almost done here, but we are gonna finish this off with a nice compressed shape. So we're gonna come here and place our hands here on the ground to help us roll our knees up over our head, okay? So rolling those knees up over our head, pointing those toes over our head. If we can comfortably get to this position, we can start to press our knees down to the ground, pushing those hips further over your head, okay? But I wouldn't recommend doing that until we can successfully get those toes over our head. And you're gonna feel a stretch in the back of your neck, in your upper back area. So just be really gentle here as you press your knees down to the ground and press your hips further over your head in that direction. Take 5 big deep breaths here. And you can do little compressions where you push and straighten out the knees. Push, exhale. Inhale, straighten those knees. Exhale, push. And if you let out a little fart or a little queef, that's okay. You're gonna gently roll it down. Nice and slow. And the last thing we're going to do today is lay nice and flat. Take a deep breath in. and out. We're going to tuck our left knee into our chest. We're going to bring it over to the right, creating a big twist in our body, but you're going to continue looking over to the left. Take some deep breaths here. Give me 3. Good. Bring it back to the middle. And this time we're going to tuck in our right knee to our chest. And we're going to bring it over to the left. Keeping that right arm on the ground. Looking over towards the right for a big full body twist. And you're going to give me 3 deep breaths. Sinking into the floor. And bring it back up. And whenever you're ready, you can sit up nice and slow. And tell yourself thank you for doing this practice today. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Love Letters. If you have any requests for this series at all, let me know because it's super open. It's going to be all about self-care and stuff like that. I am excited for videos every single Thursday from Red Light Therapy. So let me know what you want to see because I want to give you guys what you want to see. So thank you all for being with me today, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.